Oh, wait, no longer. Greatness has arrived. Welcome to the Trophy Room, a PlayStation podcast made by the players for the players. I'm your host, Joseph, aka Mr. Badbit, and it is here where me and my best friend Kyle talk about the latest, the greatest in all things PlayStation. Of course, you can listen to this show wherever you get your podcasts and on YouTube at The Trophy Room. If you like what you hear, please consider dropping us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, or if you really, really like us, consider dropping us a buck our way over at patreon.com/PS Trophy Room. So with all that said, and with all that out of the way, the greatest co-host whoever is, whoever will be, Mr. Kyle Stevenson, we have just gotten through the Game Awards 2020. Mm-hmm. How are you, sir?
Feeling good.
Yeah.
Overall, feeling good.
Yeah.
Once we get into the show itself, I might have a couple nitpicks here and there, but overall, great show.
Yeah. Right off the bat, just so everybody here who isn't watching live on twitch.tv/PS Trophy Room knows, we've just had like a 9, maybe 10 hour stream. And we ended it off here.
We started at 2.
Stream. There you go.
So we're at 8. We'll probably at the end of that we'll hit 9.
Yeah. So we're a little run ragged, and we watched the show alongside everybody else. And in the age of COVID, man, oh man, was it a show. So with that, before we get into the news, usually we square up the news. We talk about the latest, greatest, all things PlayStation. Since it's a special show because we're talking about the Game Awards, pretty much what we're going to be talking about is the biggest surprises, all the game reveals, and then all the awards that Sony related studios picked up tonight. Most importantly, what Naughty Dog picked up tonight, and our overall thoughts on the show. So with that, Kyle, instead of what you've been playing, how did you think of the show? In the age of COVID, there is no studio audience there, right?
Yeah.
How did you like it?
Overall, I think it was great. I liked how it was set up. I enjoyed that it wasn't pre-taped acceptance speeches. I'm glad that they were there for it, and we can get the raw reaction to it. That was the one thing I didn't want, is to have their speeches seem so prepared and so manufactured, between editing or whatever, to make sure they're perfect. I want to see that emotion as they win, and we saw it with the Among Us devs. We saw it with Laura Bailey. Yeah, that's what I wanted out of this, and we got it. As far as pacing, I think pacing was pretty good. There are some moments for me. There's a certain point, and I think it even goes to show during the big surprises rundown that we both have. There was a point where it's just okay, there's nothing super crazy that we're excited about.
Yeah.
And it was just okay, let's see what else is going to hit like a big surprise. And we got one at the end, but it wasn't anything imminent or substantial.
Yes. Yeah.
So a little feeling of empty, you ate a whole dinner of just sugar. It feels great, but then a couple minutes later you're left on empty.
We're already crashing. We're already crashing from the night. I think overall, this was a great show, and I think it was presentation wise, actually one of their best, which is weird because this is a big learning curve for Jeff. They tried this before the Game Awards, whatever it was called before. And with Joe McHale, and that was just a disaster. Nobody liked it. But I think with this one, he took the mistakes that he learned from there and pretty much a mutual understanding with everyone of what we're in right now, and really made a really well-produced show that I honestly think even places like the Oscars or Emmys could even take a few notes from, because I think it was executed extremely well. There wasn't many hiccups in terms of people lagging on the screen. Everything ran smoothly. And so as a show for itself, really great. There is a problem I have with the show though, and it's continued from I think last year on to this year, and that is that it's feeling way too commercial. In terms of we're just going to show you a lot of ads. Oh, and here's an award for this. There's not enough pageantry for the games this year. We're already focused on what's coming out next year, where it's like, there are some times where it's like, so Ghost of Tsushima won this award, and now Gillette has a special moment for me. Like,
or even then, like, have 4 awards given out in the span of 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Of, like, back to back to back, with no speeches or anything like that. Like,
Nothing.
It's a bummer.
But, I mean, in their defense, how many times can Neil Druckmann say thank you?
No, I'm not. Well, that's the thing. Like, the big ones got their shine. I'm talking about, like, the smaller things. Like, I would have loved to see Supergiant talk about Hades' wins. All their wins came from those quick cuts and like, quick time award giving out phases.
Yeah. And then also the awkward moments with, not because Sydney didn't do
Sydney did a great job.
She did a fantastic job. But like the Instagram things. There's
let's
like
see what it's like. Yeah. Okay, let's get back to the show.
Those moments are not the greatest.
The Whooper alert from Pokemon Go?
Yes.
Okay.
It's like, all right, Hillary, we get it. We get Pokemon. Let's go to the next segment here. So yeah, no, overall, I think this was a really great show. There are just those things of like, this is an award show, and I feel like we're starting to lose sight of that. You know, where we're really thinking about what the next banger is going to be. And there, we got some. I think Microsoft really came out full force with
man.
What we'll talk about in a bit. So, you know, it just didn't feel like a lot of the surprises that were there really hit, at least for me, on that level. So I think it was a great show overall, and even one that, like, if everything's back to normal next year, they could still learn from what they got here. And I really hope they just nail down the commercialism of it.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm with you.
Again, I understand you got to pay the bills, but
yeah.
Again, I think there's a fine dance to it. The one thing I did like, actually, Kyle, is like, there wasn't a Gillette man there.
Yeah.
Right? Like, there wasn't that constant, all the commercials were for games and things happening in games. And so that's what I will give massive props to Jeff on, was there was no, like, weird, dumb, you know, product from, I don't know, Dollar Shave Club there. Like, it was just something, felt organic, felt like it belonged because it was games. That said, before we talk about and square up the event itself, it's time for our Patreon pitch. Of course, like we say each and every week, if we ever got you through a long car ride, a tough day at work, this whole COVID situation, whatever the case may be, it really does help us out if you consider dropping us $1 our way over at patreon.com/PS Trophy Room. It keeps the lights on. It's the reason why we sound so good. We look so great. We're able to do so many cool streams like these. It really does help us out. So if you can consider, dropping $1 our way, it really does help the show go. And I want to give a big thank you to our newest patrons, Giganap, Peter Epster, your silver member, Kyle Grimm, our platinum producer, Todd Burwitz, our gold producers, Chaotic Monkey, Gavin Goffrey, Griffin West, Erica Scherer, Jose Jimenez, and too soon, our Silver Plus members, Jedi Master Ren, Hyde Indoors, Marcus O'Neill, Ray Martinez, JB, the Purple Monkey, Jada's Fun Metal, and Tim Ulf. Thank you all so much for your patronage. And again, we could not do this without your support. So thank you all so freaking much. And that said, Kyle, it is time to square up this event. Let's go down some of the surprises, first and foremost, because I think when it comes to the surprises, that's where the show really shined. So the first big surprise of the night, and I'm sorry I butchered his name in the show notes.
I didn't see it.
I took a wild stab in the dark and put way too many O's in there.
Way too many O's.
Smash Brothers. The reveal has happened. It is not the Master Chief, but something equally epic, and equally epic if you're a PlayStation fan. Let's be real here.
Yeah.
Sephiroth is the latest Smash character.
Yeah.
You, sir, are a big Final Fantasy fan.
Yeah.
How did you like this?
I loved it.
Yeah?
Again, I'm not a Smash player. I'm real bad at it. Like, I'm not going to sit there and play it by myself. But I love these Smash trailers because it's equivalent to what the Game Awards do. It's celebrating gaming and these amazing characters and whatnot. So seeing Sephiroth destroy whatever that thing is in the sky, because I don't know the Smash lore.
I think it's like it's like the Omega hand, Master hand, yeah.
just slice it in two, and him just hanging there, and you just see the long sword of Sephiroth there, and you hear the music, and like, oh, I got chills. That was such a great trailer. The fact that it looked like Sephiroth impaled Mario was what an image. What an image.
It got me. I thought Nintendo actually bent the knee and said, fine, kill our mascot right in front of everyone.
Yeah. But it's really cool to have Cloud also in the game and to have, like, you can just have Cloud versus Sephiroth the entire, for as long as you want, in Final Fantasy VII stages, wherever you go, and even on Nintendo stages, which might look weird, but like, it's cool. It's very cool what they're doing with Smash.
Yeah, I really dig it. And even like a lot of people were dreading it was going to be the Fortnite guy.
Yeah.
And like at this point, I kind of I would understand that because they've been so kind of close, and Fortnite is just it's so
something
huge.
Else.
It's unignorable at this point, which we'll talk about.
We'll get to it later. Yeah.
So like, but seeing it Sephiroth, there was no like, oh, I'm just really, was this? All right, fine. So it was awesome. I really dug it. I even got excited because I played the remake this year for the first time. This is, if any new viewers or listeners, this is my first time ever playing a Final Fantasy and beating it to completion and it being Final Fantasy VII. So like, even I got pumped. I'm like, I know that guy. He's very dreamy. The next game is not a PlayStation game.
It's not.
But we finally know if you're an Xbox dork out there. That's a joke. The Initiative's new game. This is a studio built from the ground up to make not a AA game, Kyle. Not a AAA game. No. Let's smell our own farts here for a second. This is a quad A game. Yeah. Okay? Quad A. Forget the high stress production value and crunch of a AAA game. We're boosting it up. We're adding another A in there. They started talking about it being an eco sci-fi
first-person game.
Yeah. And we're like, what is this? Mm-hmm. And it, it's in Egypt. It's like a pan, like you're in a drone view, and there's this. It looks nice on this in the surface, but as the drone keeps going in,
it wasn't even that. It's the trailer started, and we got hit with the Initiative logo, and we're like, Oh. So, because like even before, Aaron Greenberg over at Xbox was like, temper your expectations. Like it's nothing major, and then this comes out, which I think is really big. I think they definitely downplayed that one because this was a huge thing. Once again, the year after last, where they started the show off with the Xbox Series X being unveiled, they start the show off with a major exclusive Xbox title.
Yeah,
they like own the Game Awards at this point.
Yeah, I think what Luke Lore in the chat, who sucks, said. What to the most part, what Microsoft lacks in awards this year, they're making it up for in advertising. And listen, it worked because like as you see the drone and like all the chaos that's ensuing, and it's going up this tower that's exploding, and then bam on the roof, pan upwards. It's Joanna Dark, and awesome. This is a game that a lot of people have nostalgic feelings for. I know as a Nintendo kid, I had nostalgic feelings for it, even playing it on the 360. I thought it was a really fun game. So seeing what this team will be able to do with this game, and how they bring this vision to life, I'm very excited for it. And awesome job, Xbox. Real
absolutely.
Fun. Turtle Rock Studio. That's the next
Warner Brothers, I think, right?
With Warner Brothers, correct. A game called Back for Blood. This is, if you don't know what Turtle Rock is, they're the people behind the Left 4 Dead series. They left, they tried to make Evolve didn't pan out. They're back with a spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead with Back for Blood. It's pretty much giving you a backdrop into what's happened and why these zombies are different. And the infection is like this little worm that gets inside your brain and bam, you become a zombie. Really cool trailer. Where it's like they're, like 4 people in this town just killing all waves of zombies, big monstrosities pop out of the ground and stuff. How did you dig this game? Because they also showed gameplay, and it really just looked like way more Left 4 Dead.
For sure, I think the trailer to me felt like almost like the same of any zombie co-op 4-player thing, like World War Z and Left 4 Dead, obviously because it's Turtle Rock, whatever.
Yeah.
But it just kind of felt the same. Like nothing. The models were cool, but from what I know from Left 4 Dead, some of them still looked a little bit similar to those enemies. But then when it got to the gameplay, I was like, oh man, this is nice. I like the way this looks. I like the size difference and how ginormous those big brutes are. And the feeling of, even though I wasn't behind the sticks, but like when that giant thing came out of the ground and it was chasing them, I got the little tingles in my neck. Like you gotta move. You gotta go. So that was a really well done gameplay segment just in general because the person playing wasn't perfect. He was missing.
And I love that you mentioned that too.
It was so good.
Yeah, like they were missing their shots. It wasn't like there wasn't no cringy like behind you, Janet, on your six. Like you know, none of that Ubisoft cringe in there. It was just it was just gameplay of what they got, and it really did look like more Left 4 Dead, which I can't wait. Yeah. This game had me from start to finish. Actually, one of the titles I'm most excited for, and if everything goes well, it's coming out June 22nd, 2021.
Extra Life next year, baby.
Extra Life, let's go. We're going to have a lot of fun. Callisto Protocol.
Oh boy.
Holy shit. It looks like, okay, let me set the scene here.
No, yeah, because they basically tell you what we were both thinking at the end, and it makes a whole lot of sense now when you rewatch that trailer.
Yes. You see this guy wake up, he's in a prison cell, and like there's like this robot, there's just something weird going on. This robot kind of looks like it's been infected with something, and he's trying to
like green bar in his neck.
Yeah. Like he has a barcode. This prisoner has a barcode on his neck that's green. It's giving us Dead Space vibes. Giving us big Dead Space vibes because Dead Space had the thing on the back that told your health. As he's, wondering what's going on, this big hulking, I guess his old roommate comes back up and it's an infected alien thing and just completely sucks this guy's face off.
and then it like backs away and there's a camera in the cell. Then you see a wall of monitors and it seems like this is going on all over the place.
Yep.
And to me, that gave me Cabin in the Woods vibes of them like in the what's the word I'm looking for? Like the terminal, the head terminal or whatever, where they're controlling everything and they're playing a game. They're unleashing monsters on everybody.
Yep.
And
because like the guy gets out of his chair like, whatever.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. He just goes and then you see the overview and it seems like it's this giant thing. So that's to me what it looked like. It was just someone controlling the monsters in a way for a sick pleasure, I guess.
Yeah, it looked horrifying. And this studio is a brand new studio called Striking Distance. Now, we said Dead Space vibes. Everybody, are you sitting down? Are you buckled in? All right, because I'm about to take it from 0 to 60 in 0 flat. Glenn Schofield, one of the founders of the studio of that made Dead Space, and he says that Visceral. He says that he's out to make the scariest fucking game.
And it's single player. Which I like to hear. I don't like scary games. But I'm intrigued by Dead Space. I'm intrigued by this.
Very intrigued to say the least. He, no specific, like he said it's coming to consoles, it's coming to PC.
Yeah.
That's it. So we could expect maybe 2022, 2023 game.
Absolutely.
But awesome to see that this is the spiritual successor. And listen, y'all know I love Dead Space. I'll take a spiritual successor. I don't care.
Oh, yeah.
This one's for you, Kyle. Disco Elysium Final Cut.
Yeah, before that one, there was one where you were in the bathroom that I wrote down. Fulbright Studios, who makers of Gone Home and Tacoma.
Okay.
Have a new game called Open Roads.
I dropped something. I'm sorry. That's my bad.
It's fine. It looks gorgeous. It's like a cartoon style art thing, and I'm down for another story that's going to make me cry like Gone Home did, and it stars Kerry Russell and Caitlin Dever, I believe, in the two roles of the two ladies that are driving. This also, weirdly enough, now I'm thinking about it, I think this is the third game that involves cars on a road trip that we saw tonight. Like, that was a theme in a couple of different games now I'm thinking about it. But Fulbright are really great at what they do in narrative-driven games, so I'm very excited for this one. But yeah, then after that comes what I was hoping for, a game that took a lot of people by surprise last year with how many awards it won, and that's Disco Elysium, the final cut, coming to PS5 and PS4 in March of 2021. And I'm very excited because I've heard amazing things about this game.
Same. And yeah, it was weird there was no Xbox or like Switch one. Like that's what I was really expecting. Yeah.
Is it already on Xbox?
Maybe. Then we get a trailer for Dragon Age 4. And with the news that we covered this week, that the studio leads have left the studio, and one of the executive producers, Mark Dara, has left, and he was the producer on this game. I couldn't get excited for this trailer. I don't know about you. I think we saw, what's his name? Solus? Narrating, and it's just called Dragon Age, not even 4. Yeah. It's just Dragon Age. What are your hopes? And what do you think this means that they've dropped the 4 and just said Dragon Age? Do you think that this is going to be one of those like Destiny-like games where it's like, because they're just like, there's no profit, there's no destiny, it's you and your story. What is that supposed to mean? Is this an online experience?
Oh God, I hope not. Yeah. I really hope not. Also, real quick, Disco is coming to Xbox in the summer next year.
Okay. All right.
It's like, and I believe the final cut for Switch next summer as well. So it's a couple months of exclusivity, I guess.
Yeah.
I would hate if this next Dragon Age is online thing where it's you're doing raids in Dragon Age and all this stuff, and I don't want it because I don't want EA to think of everything needs to be a games as service thing like Anthem.
Yeah.
Not every game needs to be games of service. There's a place for narrative, story-based games.
Absolutely.
And BioWare makes some of the best. And I want them to get back to making a fantasy world that is cool to live in. And from what I saw, the imagery is super cool. I really want to live in that world and do cool things in it. And I actually like just the Dragon Age. I like when games kind of drop the numbers, like God of War. And even like when Last of Us did Part 2 instead of just 2. I like that. Like it's the same contained story. I enjoyed it a little bit more than you did, but I totally understand why you weren't super high on it.
Yeah. Again, I hope it's not. And listen, just because it dropped the 4 doesn't mean it's online or whatever. It very much could be like, hey, listen, the story is what you make it type of deal. Kind of like what we see CD Projekt try to do with Cyberpunk, and even to some extent, like a game like Witcher 3. So, yeah. Then we had a Sega game with a dev team named Amplitude. Yeah. And called... Okay, cool. Called Endless Dungeon. It's from what I understood of it, it looks like Overwatch meets Diablo. Like the art style of Overwatch meets the gameplay of Diablo. Futuristic. It's a dungeon crawler. I liked it. I really dug it. Yeah. I thought it looked cool. Yeah.
It looked like a roguelike. Like you brought to life and you got to try to make it further in this dungeon. Seems cool.
Another cool point. Oh yeah,
before this one, because it's not on your list, it is the longest trailer we saw tonight. Mm-hmm. Crimson Desert, which is like that Assassin's Creed-esque game where it looks gorgeous. Mm-hmm. It's made by the Black Desert Online people. Mm-hmm. I believe it's Pearl Abyss is the studio.
Yeah.
It looked cool, but there was just something off about it.
Yeah,
like no
the
VO.
Was skipping. There was no VO.
It was shaky. It was hard to see what was happening on screen.
It was weird because it looked cool, but it wasn't gripping me at all.
Yeah.
I don't know. It looked cool. Like there was one part where you're flying a dragon in the air, and it's kind of Shadow of Colossus style, like you're stabbing in the back. Really cool, but then like you had scenes where like the music just didn't match. There was no people are talking, you're not hearing the voice again. Very weird. Very weird. I think you're not hearing the voices because the dubs aren't in. If that is the same studio, that totally makes sense. Then we had one of the biggest surprises. The Swedish chef is in Overcooked. Loved it. I love when they do these like Muppet tie-ins.
Yeah.
Man. Keep them coming. Seriously, I'll never get old.
Free update too in Overcooked, or free download.
Free update. Also, Kyle, this is a game you played.
Yeah.
Seasons. Coming to PlayStation 5. Tell me about what Seasons is real quick.
I'm so excited to finally see it because it went radio silent. I played this at PAX this year. Before the world went crazy. It was actually right on the precipice. And then we got home and that's when everything kind of shut down. Seasons is a game by Scavenger Studios, who are responsible for making that Hunger Games multiplayer game, the Darwin Project. That is their thing. That's the studio that made the Darwin Project. Seasons is a story of you're a member of this community who sits outside of the rest of the world, and it's their job to record the history of everybody, of humankind, of the animals, or the wildlife, the ecosystem, everything, because the world is slowly succumbing to natural disasters, and it's going to wipe everybody out. It's going to cease to exist. So as you're going through and creating your story, you get to choose what is the most important thing to remember about that part of the world that you're in. So what I played at PAX is you're riding along and you come across this river, right? And the character is really enthralled with the river and wants to record it. So you get to choose, do you record the sound? Do you draw a picture of it? Or do you describe it just with words? So you get to choose the medium of how you want the history of everything to remember this one thing. And like at the end of the demo we played at PAX, you go to this religious ceremony and you can choose to either partake in it, be a bystander, just like the choice of what you want to remember the things by is very heavy. It's going to be an emotional powerhouse of a game, but it is beautiful. It's gorgeous. I'm so excited to see it on such a big stage because it deserves the exposure for sure.
That's freaking awesome. Also, it's really freaking awesome since we're recording it live. We got rated. Hello, Strictly Casual Official. Hello, everybody.
Hey!
We're recording a show called The Trophy Room. It's a PlayStation podcast made by the players for the players, where me and my best friend Kyle talk about the latest and greatest all things PlayStation. We're running down the whole Game Awards right now, beat by beat. Wouldn't you know? Isn't that crazy? So thank you all for coming by and maybe hang out for a little bit as we talk about the Game Awards. Who knows? Yeah.
Be excited for Seasons. It's good. It's great.
And be excited for Seasons, because what you're telling me, I'm loving it a lot. I really love the music in it. The sound in it got me definitely in it. Like, I can't wait to see how the Tempest sound of the PlayStation 5 is taken advantage of from that game, or even the DualSense. The next game... we are in for a treat.
You rated at the exact perfect time, everybody.
Strictly Casual. We're about to get strictly off the fucking chains here.
Hell
let's
yeah,
talk about. Let's talk about this, okay?
Let's do it.
Arc 2.
You mean
starring?
Turock? You mean Turock?
Sorry, the game that we thought was going to be a sequel to Turock.
Yeah.
Is starring Vin Diesel. Let me just... Vin Diesel.
Say that one more time.
Vin Diesel is starring in a game we thought was Turok, but is Arc 2.
Yeah.
Let
that marinate. Let that marinate.
It's just simmer here. What is going on?
Now, Luke was saying Arc 2 is Xbox exclusive?
Is it? I don't know. I know Arc is
bringing Arc 2 bringing Vin Diesel exclusively to Xbox consoles.
So is he...
This is from the Escapist magazine, by the way.
So is he the character exclusive or the game's exclusive?
I don't know.
You know what?
If it's the character, you can have him. But seriously, that trailer would have been so much cooler if it went to Turok and it was just Vin Diesel first person killing dinos.
Yeah.
But I know what Ark is, and Ark is cool if you're into it, but man, Vin Diesel, we could not get over seeing Vin Diesel as Vin Diesel.
I can't.
Looking like it might be Riddick at times because his eyes are black. Like, it was, what's happening?
And then I was like, is this like a Mortal Kombat thing? Maybe because I know like the Mortal Kombat team's working on something new and different.
Yeah.
Because like some of the Raiders look like something out of Mortal Kombat, so that's what I kind of thought. And then we got like a T-Rex. I'm like, oh, this is Turok. Okay. So then give me this 90s cheese. And then all of a sudden he enters a cave. Guys, I can barely describe it because it's something of wonders. And then like he's tapping on this tomb, and I'm like, please don't tell me this is like a Horizon Zero Dawn thing. You know what I mean? Like, please, God,
it's the prequel.
Exactly. And then like he steps outside, there's pterodactyls, and then we're thinking, okay, maybe this is Turok again. No. Ark 2.
What I want you to do, Joe, and I want everyone else that is here in chat while we're doing this live, I want you to rewatch that trailer and notice how weird it is when blood spurts from the people when the dinosaurs are eating them. It looks so cartoony compared to this realistic effect they're trying to pull off. Like, it just looks like a straight up gallon of paint that splurts out of the mouth of the dinos. It's so out of place.
And I'm sorry, we even forgot to set this up. Vin Diesel is how crazy this is. Vin Diesel's like leading his tribe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because
his daughter sticks her tongue out at the T-Rex as they're running away from it.
As they're running away, and this little girl like watches a T-Rex just straight up eat a dude. Like, that's not what I'm doing.
Eat her mom, I think.
Really?
I thought it was her mom.
Oh my goodness. And so yeah, and we're not even out of Crazy Town yet.
No, because
we're still in Crazy Town, because right after that, we then get this animated cut of this of Ark.
I'm laughing at Takashi in the chat. He doesn't have tribe. He has family.
It's family. Yeah, it's not about tribes. It's about family here. I'm sorry. And we're like, is this of the same game? Because it's like the same aesthetic, but it's in a weird like cartoon styling. No, they announced the Ark, the series. They're making a show. Maybe it's a Netflix show. Yeah. Who knows? They'll take anything. It's an animated series, and here's the voice cast. Are you sitting down for a second, everybody? There's some names I don't know, some names I do know.
Yeah.
Michelle Yeoh, and I'm reading this from afar. Sorry if I butcher your names. Gerald Butler, David Tennant, Madeline Madden, Jeffrey Wright, Elliot Page, Carl Urban. That's where I'm like, that I'm actually maybe in. Deverly Jacobs, Zahn McCarran, Raga I'm sorry, I butchered it. Deborah Mailman, Malcolm McDowell, and wait for it, Russell Crowe. And of course, how can we forget Vin Diesel?
Yeah.
So, other than offending some people that I've insulted some that I can't pronounce their names, Russell Crowe is in a show about Ark that we thought was Turok.
Not even like so.
What is this?
Yes, this animated trailer came immediately after this game. I thought I fell asleep because I thought it was the same game. Like that was like the real assets of how the game played. But no, it's just it's like the World of Warcraft trailer that we got, I think, during this Gamescom.
Yeah.
Or it's like, it was something. But it's a great cast of the show. Like, I have no doubt it's probably going to be of quality, but wow.
Yeah.
Did not think Ark was that big. Okay, I'll admit when I'm wrong. I didn't think it was that big.
Yeah. Okay, now we get to PlayStation. Thank goodness. We're out of Crazy Town. Oof, okay, it was an experience. Returnal, Housemarque, March 19th. We thought it was PT for a second because we saw a hallway and a door.
Yep.
We're like, we've been in Silent Hills before. Let's go again.
My mind went PT, then it went Silent Hills, and then it went to Returnal because they were talking about like returning. I was like, and you saw the outline of the mask.
This game looks awesome because it looks AAA-ish. I think it's like a AA meets AAA kind of feel.
Yeah.
But it still remains what Housemarque is. Those shoot 'em up arcade games just with a big budget. Yeah. I cannot wait for this game. March 19th. These guys and gals over there get what makes a really good shoot 'em up. I can't wait for this game. March 19th, Kyle.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see, because I was trying to think when the date was announced, what is the rest of the 2021 slate for PlayStation would be. Because it seems like every other month there's a game, or at least that's what they're trying to aim for. Yeah. So if Returnal is March, what are we getting in May? Is that Horizon?
I'm thinking the lineup is Destruction All-Stars in February.
Sure.
Returnal in March. In May we get Ratchet. And I think in September we get Horizon. I think Horizon's a fall game.
That'd be cool.
And
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, I think the game is so far along. And honestly, I think it's ready. I think we're gonna get it. I can't wait for it.
Yeah, like you said, Housemarque making a game with a lot of money to show off what a talented studio they are, and seeing how gorgeous this look, and a different style from Housemarque, but still looking like the Housemarque games that we love. It's so perfect. I can't wait.
I can't wait. I really hope this also means you're purchased by PlayStation. Cause
yes, please.
Honestly, let's bring Housemarque home. Lastly, or second to lastly, I'm sorry I was too excited for this one. The Master Chief is in Fortnite.
So here's
here's
before you continue, Joe.
Yes, attack.
This is I'm not going to attack you. No. Master Chief is important to games. I'm not going to spew that hate here.
Everybody here, he's yelling at me right now.
Whatever. I'm going to yell at you because you overlooked Fist, the bunny with the robot arm. How dare you?
Oh, okay. My apologies.
That's a small game. It looks beautiful. Can't wait to play it. But this is where I think the show lost me. Really? I think it was the trailer before this, where this is what the run of things like I didn't have anything that I was interested in. Like it was just like, okay, let's hope something brings me back to be excited for. And like Fortnite is not my thing, even though we played a little bit earlier today. I was like, wow, they really updated it since I last played, and it's gorgeous and it feels good to play, and it's awesome that Epic and Fortnite are going the Smash Brothers route and just pulling in these iconic characters into their own universe. So I get why you're excited. But it's just like for me personally, after that, there was nothing until the last thing that we both have on our list of surprises. Yeah.
Now, does Master Chief cost like $1 million? Yes. Right. Did I still buy him? Yes. Did I immediately while we're streaming, because I don't care. This is big for me. This is more than anything. Did I buy him and then literally put Ymir's head as his backpack, and then yes, the Master Chief is holding the Leviathan axe? Did I feel like I'm breaking the law because I'm playing the Master Chief on my PlayStation 5? Was it not the coolest fucking thing ever in that moment? Absolutely. This is what video games should be.
Yeah.
Honest to goodness.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Tomorrow I'm going to turn on my Series X for the first time in 8 years. I'm going to play as Kratos with a gravity hammer. Like, it's going to be in
Blood Gulch.
In Blood Gulch, which is going to be
mode.
in the game, in the creative mode. Damn, that's fucking cool, man. Yeah. Video games are awesome. Those moments, it's just video games are cool. Mm-hmm. Last trailer. All right, unless I'm missing anything.
Nope, this is the last one that I have as well.
All right, good. We're taking a look at the galaxy, the universe. Swoosh, swoosh, swoosh.
We both thought it was Starfield.
Panning. We thought it was Starfield. I was like, wow, way to go, Microsoft. You really, you spent a lot of money. You spent a lot of chunk change. This is real nice.
That entire time, if you go back and watch this live react from us, that entire trailer, I'm like piecing together. It's not Starfield.
Yes.
There's no way Microsoft said lower expectations and then start with Perfect Dark and then end with Starfield. Those are major things.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what could it be? Where are we going?
Well, it is after we get to this Hoth planet Which then I'm like, okay, Destiny Light, what's going on here?
Yeah.
We see a hand reach down for something, kind of like in Star Wars, Clone Wars Season 6, brushes it away. What do we see?
Oh,
It's not the
N7.
Ahsoka Sabers. It's the N7 logo.
Ooh.
Kyle, you're a fake fan. You're not allowed to get excited.
How dare you?
And it's Liara holding the insignia, and it says Mass Effect will return.
So many possibilities here.
Yeah.
So many possibilities. Are they just ignoring Andromeda crew and going back to the Normandy?
Yep.
Yes, please. And the only thing that is a bummer, this is so far away. This is so far away.
Tell me.
Because, we don't even have a Dragon Age date or anything. Haven't seen gameplay for that.
We don't even know this game's going to come out, but...
So, this Mass Effect game is probably 5 years away, I feel like.
I mean, if we don't even have, we don't even have a window for Dragon Age.
That's true.
It's just EA just throwing money at a CG team going, okay. Here.
It was cool. That was a great way to end the show for me.
I think really it signals that, okay, gang, we're going back to our roots here. We're not going to try this crazy shit. We're not going to try to break out of our what we do. We're going back to stage one here, to the franchises that you know from us that we love, and maybe build that back up, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah.
What did you think of that trailer, Joe? Did you like it?
I got excited for it. And again, then you get the realization of, oh wait, the two leads from the studio have left. That hits you, and it's something you really can't ignore. It kind of sucks if that's the case, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Overall, the surprises. What was the biggest one that struck you? What was the one that got you most pumped? And overall, what do you think of the game reveals we saw?
Yeah, so to be expected, I think not a ton of home runs because new consoles just launched. Yeah. So it would have been shocked if it got hit with massive IPs and franchises.
Right. I mean, the rumors of Silent Hills never happened, or Kojima coming out.
No factions either.
No factions. No Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
Are we saying? Whoa! Are we saying that these leakers don't know their ass from their elbow and they're doing something for clicks? No, that's not the internet.
I think overall, the ones that hit hard and they were very strong. Mm-hmm. I easily think before the Fortnite stuff, and I'll even include the Fortnite trailer, I think it would have been even cooler. And this is not to shame anyone in the chat. I forgot who brought it up in chat, but to have you organically see that trailer, it would have been cool and would have been more memorable for me. Before before we even saw Master Chief, you already bought the skin in the game. You already knew it beforehand. But so from that trailer before, I think all the surprise announcements were awesome. I was invested. I was excited. From that point on until the Mass Effect thing, it was just okay.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. Video games are awesome. Anytime I get to see new video games are awesome. So
yeah. I'm just trying to see what all the things were, or what people were saying in Discord about the event itself.
I'll get it. You go.
For me, I thought the surprises, nothing really blew me away. But honestly, I liked it. I thought the show was, for the most part, really good. I think you could shave 30 minutes of this show, and you'd be totally not losing anything. And I think that is a problem. I think what you're right is pacing, because there's only so much I could get excited for. So much of that dopamine that's in my body that can get created until you're okay, whew. It's kind of for wrestling fans out there. It's when Raw drags, right?
Yeah.
When it's just okay, we hit the 3-hour mark. Jesus Christ. Okay, tap the watch. That's what it kind of felt like here. And when you have so much commercials for the most part, but it's video game commercials, so it's great. And not so much of why I'm here, which is the awards. It does lose it a little bit here. So I hope they get kind of back to focus there.
Yeah.
That said, that's been the surprise. So overall, I think the biggest one for me is the Master Chief coming to Fortnite.
Yeah.
Again, video games are awesome, and being able to play that on a PlayStation is literally a dream come true. And then I think Turtle Rock Studios' Back for Blood looks so fucking cool. Returnal and then The Initiative are like tied, because both of those games are from folks that if you're an Xbox person, you love Perfect Dark. If you're a PlayStation person, you love Housemarque. So like these are for those ecosystems, for their fans, and I really dig that. So yeah, again, not the biggest thing in the world, but maybe our expectations out of whack as well. That said, Kyle, let's get to the awards more. So some of the PlayStation stuff, and if we miss one or two.
Do we want to talk about in the Discord what they thought of the show before we do the rewards?
Oh, I was going to do the all the wins and all that, and then get
okay.
To that.
That's fair.
Yeah. So first and foremost, Final Fantasy VII won for Best RPG and Best Music. Ghost of Tsushima wins for Best Art Direction and Player Choice, which really I think is the real one, the one that people should look at.
Don't.
Last of Us Part 2 wins for Action Adventure Game. Best Performance, Laura Bailey for Abby. Best Narrative, Best Audio Design, Best Accessibility, Best Direction, and Game of the Year. A total of 7 awards for The Last of Us. Again, I had to step out, so maybe I missed one here or there, but 7 awards.
Yeah.
This was a sweep. And there were a lot of great games coming out here. So Kyle, before we talk about your thoughts, my thoughts on what was really just Naughty Dog racking up the awards this year, what were the people saying in the Discord?
Sure. We have It's Just Ray says, "Yay! If Final Fantasy VII didn't get it, I'm glad Last of Us 2 did. Can we also talk about how glad I am that Master Chief will be in Fortnite? Misery loves company. Got to do that floss, Master Chief." We got Nagachaka. Super happy Last of Us 2 won. But why am I really happy? Because Animal Crossing didn't win. That's a breath of relief, even though that game is super important for people in 2020. But yeah. Lethal says no Elden Ring, and it got most anticipated game. Wow. That's also a pretty wow moment over the other games that were on that list, such as God of War Ragnarok, Breath of the Wild 2. There was Horizon, Halo, and Elden Ring got it. Little interesting there, but I understand it's got a rabid fan base already. Sephiroth Reveal was insane from Nagachaka. Metal Kirby says it was a little long, but well paced though. Great games announced throughout, although I owe some money for no Metal Gear and no Elden Ring. I wish Ghosts would have swept up a couple more awards, but I am happy with the winners throughout. Nagachaka also said Laura Bailey winning was beautiful. Agreed. Lethal also chimed in, says, honestly, I'm going to love seeing all these people go ballistics on Twitter over Last of Us 2 winning. I have so many podcast reaction videos to listen to tomorrow. I'm hoping it doesn't go the way it probably already is going, because I haven't checked, where everyone that hates The Last of Us because it's an SJW game apparently is throwing hate everywhere, and I'm not looking forward to that because that's fucking dumb. Jedi Master Ren says, I think the production of this was very well done. It felt like an actual event that we were watching. We haven't really seen things like that in gaming this year, and that's what Jeff was trying to do. Bring back the feeling of an event out of video games, even during this pandemic. It was long but well paced and kept my attention throughout. I didn't want to miss a thing. Let's see what we got. A couple others in here. Famous Seamus. My thoughts. Glad Last of Us Part 2 won, but I wish Hades or Ghost won. Laura Bailey definitely deserved the award for Best Performance. That last surprise performance, hell yeah, totally awesome. I'm not a Final Fantasy fan, but even I'm shocked by Sephiroth's Smash announcement. Excuse me. The Future Day performance by Eddie Vedder from Pearl Jam was nice. I'm okay with FF7 Remake winning Best RPG over Persona 5 Royal. Makes sense. There was totally an Evil Dead game that was announced.
Yes.
Mass Effect and Perfect Dark announcements were his favorites. Sony didn't just kill it, they destroyed the entire stage. Overall, I give the show an 8 out of 10. I found some trailers ran too long. Also, too much Vin Diesel. And Ren also said, last one before we can keep going.
Yeah.
I would also like to point out that Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order was not given a fair shot at all.
No.
It had no way of winning anything this year with the plethora of new experiences that we got this year. It should have been included in last year's Game Awards, and Jeff needs to figure out the discrepancy here. I know it may come off as bias, but when I first heard this, it shocked me. I would agree. I think the deadline last year for Fallen Order not making it was unfortunate and a little weird that this year Among Us won 2 awards and it's a 2-year-old game.
Right. Not to say that they didn't earn it or
absolutely
deserve
not.
It or, yeah.
But they're playing fast and loose with the rules here.
Yes. Yeah. So I definitely agree there as well, because it's just like, okay, this 2-year-old game gets it. Why not? Because here's the thing, like Jedi Master Run, I'm right there with you. Listen, I'm just happy we got an Ahsoka show, you know? Rogue Squadron, are you kidding me? Life's good for us. That said, it is weird. I think the cutoff date's just way too weird. I think, if a cutoff is like December 1st, I get it. I do. But like in mid-November, I don't see that really making sense. Because it didn't have a way to win. And as I look back on it, as my game of the year of 2019 constantly changes, mine right now, if I had to go back and do it all again, I would choose Fallen Order. Absolutely would. So for me, I don't think that game got the fair shot. That said, listen, we're having our own award show, Kyle, and it's going to be like 90 times better than this. Let me tell you that. That's for sure. So we're not going to talk about overall, what should have won, whatever. I want to know, from these, are you okay with the result? I mean, look, at the end of the day, like what? Sony racked up like more than
that's what I was trying to count.
Plus awards.
I think there were 23 awards.
Mm-hmm.
And out of those 23, 11, almost half of them are PlayStation exclusive wins.
Yeah.
So big year for PlayStation. I think
big year.
No one can deny the year PlayStation had when it comes to games. Like, incredible.
Yeah. So my question though for you is there something that like maybe for like Ghost of Tsushima I really think got snubbed in some areas?
Sure.
Like I really do.
That's fair. I think Ghost could have probably taken best action adventure game.
Yes.
I think that would have been a nice way to give it to them because yes, there is, I would say, more action in Ghost than there is Last of Us, or different kinds of action.
Sure.
And yeah, sure. It would have been nice to show some love and give some shine to a bunch of different games.
Yeah.
But like, I'm trying real hard to not let my bias set in. I'm trying real hard, but when I try to look at it objectively, The Last of Us Part 2 is remarkable in every single way.
Sure.
So they deserve all those awards, but Ghost also deserves a lot of awards. Same thing looking back at 2018, Spider-Man deserves some awards and didn't get any because Red Dead and God of War were there as well.
Mm-hmm.
So this always happens. The same thing last year with Control. Control deserves some awards and didn't get any because there were other bigger games out there. So it happens, but we are so lucky in PlayStation land over here that we've had 3 games that have resonated with us so hugely, and it's a blessing. I'll just say it. It's a blessing in the shit year that we have 3 games that we loved.
Yeah. And I think when I take a look at the results, like I was telling you, the reason, like, not to say like I had a problem with any of this.
Yeah.
I just felt, I think the better words is anticlimactic.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like my issue with these award shows is becoming, are we building this thing where it's just 1 or 2 games that completely dominate everything, and then like no other game gets a spot to shine? I think there maybe needs to be more categories or more defined categories so that we don't have just I don't know. Like it just seems like I'm here for the awards, and as much as I do love Last of Us and it deserved a lot of these, there are just some other things that maybe could have gotten some spotlight other than the same game over and over again. Not to say it wasn't a masterpiece, isn't good or whatever your opinions on it are. I just feel like there could have been some more love to be had here. And maybe it is the fact that they brushed away so many other awards, and the ones that quote unquote mattered, or the ones that got more airtime, was The Last of Us. And I think if we treated it more like a award show and less like an infomercial, I think we wouldn't have these problems or issues. So yeah. And I think for the people that really hate this game, get the fuck over it, because, honest to goodness, everybody's like, oh, people really hated it. Like, you take a look at Metacritic and all the toxic people downloaded it.
I don't care.
Like, the game's the fastest selling PlayStation exclusive, and not only did it sell gangbusters, but it is also won in critical acclaim. So, well, and at the end of the day too, like, when I look at this again, because I'm trying to play really strict here so that we're not double talking ourselves come the award show, our better one, because we're doing it. All these things, yeah, like best performance, Laura Bailey as Abby. We talked about that, and I'm just like, that moment was powerful, and it was my favorite human moment in the show.
Yes, agreed.
Same with yours?
Yep.
Yeah, like she was emotional, and I like
the Among Us devs a close second, because that game being out 2 years and finally getting the love it deserves was really awesome to see.
Like, if maybe there was like an indie category.
There is, though. That's the thing.
But because I'm trying to figure it out of like
Devolver did it in the pre-show.
I was just like, here's the indie categories of things that are games that are important but don't have the budget of a AAA studio, or like self-published or whatever the case may be, and have those categories for them so they get a shine too. Maybe that's the way you fix it. I don't know. Yeah. But for me, like best performance, I get it. Best narrative, I get it, because I really do like to some extent, I do like the Last Jedi approach of like, everything you think you know about this game, no one's safe, and we're gonna prove it in the first 2 hours.
Yeah, we're
gonna make decisions that you may not like, but make complete and total sense. So yeah, and like audio design, I get it too, because that's a really good audio wise, amazing accessibility. There's no conversation there. Yeah, no. Absolutely. They crush it there. So like, when I look at it, I'm not upset. I'm not, character aside, Ghost of Tsushima, great game. Yeah, there is no arguing there. Naughty Dog is just on another level, Yeah. So yeah, and with that said, PlayStation took 10 plus categories.
Yeah.
Totally dominated. Which is absolutely nuts. 10 plus categories. Woo. Longest PlayStation exclusives or timed exclusives.
All right, Joe, I'm gonna throw you a curveball right now.
Okay.
December of 2021. Okay. We're gonna be sitting here doing our post-show reaction to the Game Awards next year. Mm-hmm. What are going to be those Game of the Year nominees from what we are expecting that we are getting? And is it going to be a more varied list? Or is it still going to be heavy into one or two games, or what?
I hope it's not carried into one or two games. Just seeing what I'm seeing now, because it's so weird, because like 2021, maybe it's the fog of 2020, but like I can't think of many games coming out in 2021. All
right, so let's say Breath of the Wild 2.
Okay, Breath of the Wild 2's there.
Horizon 2.
Halo Infinite. Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah, because it will be eligible.
Sure. It will be eligible at that point. What else?
Elden Ring, if it ever comes out.
It's not coming out. It's not coming out that year. George R.R. Martin's behind it. It's not coming out anytime soon. Again, I would not even be surprised that game's not coming out at all. At this point, again, George R.R. Martin doesn't finish anything. I don't care what any social media person says. Give me Bloodborne 2. That's the game we need. Game we deserve.
Oh, Ratchet. Ratchet could be up there.
Sure. Maybe
As of right now.
As of right now. And what's the sixth one? What would be the sixth one? Oh, Final Fantasy VII, they say, is coming out that year, right? But I do feel like I'm missing a big game. I do feel like I'm missing a big one. God of War, they say 2021, but we already know that's being pushed back.
I mean, Far Cry 6, maybe.
No, I don't see
I also feel like we're missing a big one.
You know what? Someone yell at me in the comments about it. It's easy. You know, YouTubers, they do it all the time. So yeah, let's just say Final Fantasy.
Gotham Knights, maybe?
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah. No. I have faith. Let's throw Gotham Knights in there. I'm very pumped for that game.
I am.
Okay, there you go. But what would win it? Probably Breath of the Wild too. Let's be honest.
There is Resident Evil Village.
Fuck me. That's gonna be cool. There's so many good games coming out.
Yo, man, it's nuts. It's nuts.
Yeah. Yeah. Breath of the Wild 2 probably would win it, right? Because Life's Unfair, though it should belong to Breath of what is it? New Dawn, right? Horizon New Dawn?
Forbidden West.
Sorry, what did I say?
New Dawn, which is... Yeah.
Guys, we've been streaming for like 9-10 hours. Please. I'm delirious. Sorry. Yeah, it should be that. Though a game I've never played, it should be that. How many Vin Diesel appearances will we get in the 2021 show?
Oh, man. We are 100% going to get Vin Diesel at the Game Awards next year because Fast 9 will be a movie that has been seen next year, and he will be another presenter.
Yep.
Hands
I hate
down.
how right you sound. Jeff Keighley sees that Vin Diesel's trending. He does not care for what reason, and he is putting him in that show.
Better yet, he's going to perform his music next year at the Game Awards.
Oh my God, right. He makes music.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, well, what he calls music. Kyle, that has been the Trophy Room, a PlayStation podcast. This has been a special episode of us covering the award show. I hope you all enjoyed it. You can watch us usually each and every Thursday. Of course, we don't normally do so many bonus shows, but when it's something this big and monumental like the Game Awards, we like to throw y'all an extra episode here or there. Kyle, where can people find you, sir?
You can find me over at Mr. K-Step on Twitter and on PSN. You can find me covering a whole bunch of indie... Oh my God, excuse me. The Mountain Dew is coming back to fight me. You can find me covering all the indie stuff over at 61indie.com, youtube.com/61indie, twitch.tv/61indie, and at 61indie on Twitter. We are doing one last extra live stream ourselves on New Year's Eve, where we'll be streaming for 12 hours, celebrating the New Year's around the world every hour as we play games to raise money for sick kids. So check us out over there.
And I want to thank everybody that dropped in on the live stream.
Absolutely.
Donated, took part in all the fun activities we had. We raised over $700 hairs, which was really awesome.
$740.
$740 hairs. Awesome. Thank you all so much. I know it's a really rough year for so many of y'all out there. And just, everybody's pinching pennies, and these kids definitely need all the help. So we'll leave that link, the Extra Life link, down below in the description so you can donate as well. And so, with all that said, with all that out of the way, you can find this show here on YouTube at The Trophy Room. You can find the podcast over on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify. Wherever you find your RSS feed, you can find the show there. And so with all that said, with all that out of the way, everybody, keep your wits about you. Oh, keep hunting. And keep playing PlayStation. I'm going to have a nice long sleep.
Yeah, you are.